Hello everyone, my name is Edoggz and welcome back to this review channel. Today we're going to be reviewing something fairly new this time. We're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Leader Class Blitzwing. I found this figure just the other day. It's for ages 8 and up. So let me just check it through one time on the box. So this is the front of the box. We have him in his robot mode in the middle. Upper right hand corner we have him in his jet mode. Bottom we have him in his tank mode. We have Takara Tomy over there in the corner. The generation symbol, Transformers, and Legacy down on the bottom. This is the ground space bridge. That's what I think it is. On this side of the box we have Megatron, Drag Strip, Skywarp, Kickback. I need help with this person right here, whoever this is that Iguanas? Please help me in that department. On the back of the box, we have the product display. We have him with his weapons and his robot modes. We have these extra pieces that we're going to take into. It takes 32 steps to transform it into the plane, and it takes 41 steps to transform it into the tank. You got your little QR code. If you want to scan that, you could probably scan it. It's not going to work. On this side of the box, we have the plane mode on the top and the tank on the bottom. Transformers Legacy on the top. And that is it for the box. Now, when you purchase this item, he does come already in his tank mode. So we're going to start there and move to the plane and then finally the robot. So in real life, this is the Japanese Type 74 assault tank. It's been put into service since 1975. They still produce this tank even today. It's designed by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. It was designed in 1962. It has a range of 190 miles. A maximum speed is 33 miles an hour. So there you have that for some little info, where it came from, who makes it, and stuff like that. I remember this on the old toy. That's what it does on this side. That's what it looks from the top. The turret does move, which is great. Another thing that's awesome is you have elevation on the main gun. On the bottom is the same as ever as the original one. No complaints there. I like the beige and I like the purple and the silver. So let's get into some accessories while we're here. You get two of these guns. They're called the gyro blaster rifles of some sort. And they want you to peg them onto this purple piece. And they want you to do it upside down. Opposite side. So you have that. So that's what that looks like. Okay. Now we also have these leftover Combiner War pieces that you can plug onto there. There's these two slots here, and there's two pegs on the tank. There's one there, and there's one there, and then there's these little corners right behind the main gun. You just slide these in. You have to be careful with them. They are not solidly locked into that place, but it will work. And you can have something like that. Now, if you're like me and you got some extra parts, special effects parts laying around, I'm using Jetfire's special effects parts. And you can use any combination that you want, and you can plug them in either of these fingers, whatever that makes you happy. So you can have something like that. Now this is cool. I like this. I dig this. This feature is on point. I like this part. So you can still turn it around. You know, you still can get the elevation. I like it. I like it a lot. So we're gonna take this part off. We'll come back to it later. And we're gonna take this part off. Now, before we start to transform it, let's do a couple of comparisons. First up is Megatron, who is a Voyager class figure, and he's a Leader class figure, so he's more compact. Last but not least, this is the Chug Deluxe, forget his name. It'll come to me. Skogren, that's his name. Skogren, Deluxe class figure. So you can see how that looks together. Just put them in the line. See how they compare. There it is from the sides. Other side. From the top. And where is the other guy? So you can kind of see. You have one more accessory to go through. We'll get to that when we get into the robot mode. So we're going to go from the tank to the plane, and from the plane to the robot. There is a huge shortcut you can take, which I'm going to actually show you how to do that. Instead of taking the long way around in the instructions, they want you to go from the tank to the robot to the plane. That don't kind of make sense to me, but you can go, there's a fork in the road, let's say that. You can go any way you want once you get like halfway through the transformation. So you have the real cockpit on this side, and you have the faux cockpit on that side. Or no, I'm sorry, this is the faux cockpit and that's the real cockpit. Excuse me. So how to transform it, let's just get into it. So we're gonna take this piece right here, we're gonna flip it back. Take this wing, you wanna flip it up for right now. Same thing on the other side. Take this piece, you wanna take this peg and you tab it into this rectangle. Boom, you're done. Take this wing, flip it back. Right, so you should have this going on. Next, you want to unpeg the side panels. So you want to hold down on this purple piece with your thumb, and you want to just pull up like that. Like so. Same thing on the other side, you just want to hold down with your thumb, pull up. Like that. These silver pieces, you want to flip down. Same thing on this side, you want to flip down. The arms, we get to that later, but we want to make the arms go out like this. Like so. Just to get them out of the way. This piece right here, I'm doing it out of order. You want to get in here through the back, pop the hatch open, which is a really cool feature that they have, and this flips backwards. On the original toy, you push the cannon down into the turn. Next, we want to raise this turret up. It's on this piece right here, and it's connected to this table, and this locks everything in. So you kind of got in there. You have to get in there. All right, let me just use a tool this time. Right, bring that up. And what we want to do is we want to unpeg from the back. These two things right here, we want to unpeg them like this. Like so. You don't have to do anything extra with the legs. You can just keep them just like this. All right. So, the side pieces of the turret, you want to move them up on this peg right here. There's one there. And you want to move again one more time, and it's going to plug in right there. Same thing on this side. You want to move this up. Use some leverage. Pop that in there. Since we're here, we can bring the head around. So it's plugged in on this side, actually. So you take this piece, you bring it down. And you want to get into this piece right here. You want to grab the nose, which is like a rubber, I think it's a little bit rubber in there. Bring this out. Close the canopy. And you want to rotate that up. And you want to close this again, like so. Okay, so you should have something like this, right? So if we do this, we're almost there. Right? So now you want to split the legs. You want to go on the inside of the leg. You want to bring these out. Leave them out to there. Same thing on the other side. Bring these out. Bring them out to there. You want to reconnect these together because they tab and slot together. Like so. Right? Now, these arms, we're going to tackle the arms, and they peg into the side of the waist. So you just bring them out. Make sure you keep the arm straight. And you bring this down underneath, and it should peg into the lower waist. So there's a piece right here. Right, so that's locked in tight. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring this down. Make sure you keep the arm straight. Get past the wing. And plug in. Right. Sometimes you get a click. Sometimes you get a thud. These pieces right here, just bring these up. Right. Right, so that's it for the top part. We just gotta finish the bottom part. So you want to bring this down. This piece actually goes right back where you took it from, right here. But before we do that, we need to go in here and grab the landing gear. Right, so you want to thread that through there. Right, we want to move this forward like that. And what we need to do is we need to peg this into this rectangular slot, and the same thing goes on the other side. There's a piece right here that's supposed to peg in. So we're going to start on this side. Right? Make sure that plugs in together. Same thing on this side. See, I gotta find it. That's together. And we can bring this down. Now, this is the option. On the old G1 toy, it was like this, right? You bring the landing gear down like that, and you had this option, right? Now, it was very back heavy, so when you had it this way, it would do pop wheelies, like it was taking off or something like that. They gave you the option, just like the original, to turn this around, and you can just plug it down like this. So you have this now. Now, there's another option for the tail. You can have them angled out like so, or you can have them straight. I keep them straight. And there you go. You have them in this jet mode, which is a Soviet MiG-25. Its role in the military is an interceptor and recon aircraft. It was introduced in the 1970s. They have about 1,186 of them from between 1964 and 1984. They weigh about 44,000 pounds, and they can reach speeds of 2,171. The first flight of this aircraft was in March 6 of 1964. So yeah. Now, as for the weapons, right? Let's put this the other way real quick. Right? As for the weapons, you can still plug them in here. You have these two holes. Same two holes. You can take these guns. Make sure that's straight. That'd be alright. That'd be alright. And then you take the other gun. Plug that in. Make sure that's straight. Alright, so hold on. There we go. Now we got it. So you can put these two guns here. My word. Now we got it. You can put these two guns here, and that's all good. The one thing that we are missing from the G1 is they used to have these spring-loaded missiles that would go underneath the wing. Now, if somebody out there can make some spring-loaded missiles that can pop into the side and have them angled out the same way, I'll be into that. So there it is from the side. It is from the back. Other side from the top. Let me go this way. And here it is from underneath. Another thing I want to make clear that the G1 actually kind of pulls off both modes. This one, the plane is a little smallish. You can still see a lot of the tank, but it's still good. It's still good. I like the paint on there, the purple, the silver, Decepticon symbols there. You have the silver I guess these are intakes, I believe, and you have this piece right here. You have the yellow breaking up the section of the cockpit, and it's a really nice yellow they have on here. Now let's get our leftover Combiner Wars pieces, because they play another role in this part of the transformation. So what you want to do is you want to get this foot down, and there's a hole here, and then there's a hole there. And what they want you to do is they want you to plug this into this right here. And another thing you have to do is you got to get the hands up. You want to find the correct side, which is this. Right, so you may have to open this part up, and you want to plug this in like so. You take the foot, and you want to slightly bring it down like that. Do the same thing. Bring that at an angle. You pop this in like so. And then you take the hands, you plug the hands in. Like that. Then you take your special effects parts. Let me put one together real quick. And you can put it in any one of these. Let's see, let's put it in that one. And you're supposed to have that kind of a thing going on. So yeah, that's what it looks like from that angle. I mean, it's a neat idea. It works better in the tank mode, to be honest with you. You can have that going back there. There's another angle. You know, you got the engine flaps up, if you will. Yeah. You can do that if you want to. Let's take these off. And we're going to go into robot mode. So we're going to close these up. And this is going to be very simple because we're actually halfway there. So we flip these up, flip these up. Oops, sorry. Bring down turret. Gotta leave this closed. You want to get in here, raise this piece up. Like that. And you want to just bring this whole piece up. Like so. Take the guns off. You want to take the arms, you want to bring the arms up, plug them back where you came from, back up there. Do the same thing on the other side, bring this up. Plug that back in. You want to combine a ward, actually let's separate the legs first before we combine the wards. So we bring these down. And there's a peg system here. There's a slot in the peg system, so it pegs into that little rectangle there. Bring that down. I find it's better to angle the engines like this to kind of get this around. So you fold and you fold again, and this should collapse. Right? Right, like that. And then you take the engine, you pop that back in. Same thing, I'm gonna try to do it a little more clearer. Bring this down. Like that. You got a peg underneath the knee, and you got this slot right there. Like that. Bend this down for temporary purpose. And you want to plug these things together. Make sure they're plugged in. And you wrap this around. Now sometimes it doesn't want to do it. And that means something's not lining up correctly. Now we got it. Okay, since we are at the feet, we could just slide these open. Flip this open. Right, keep these silver things forward. So we got the legs and feet done. You want to get in here, pop this open. And you want to get the real cockpit. You want to open that. Swing this down, then open the real cockpit. Take the silver nose cone, flip it inside, close it, and you want to roll it this way. You turn the head, face forward, and you want to close. Now this, when you put the head up, this chest doesn't want to stay closed. So what they did was they planned ahead and they made sure that this closes over it, so you don't have to worry about it. So you bring this up on this hinge like so. You want to bring this down over the head. Bring this down. It's going to lock everything into place. It's going to squeeze everything into place. Now the back, you want to bring this down. I don't believe it pops into anything. But here it is. You want to bend the elbow forward. Now this was driving me crazy. I couldn't figure out how in the world to do this. But you bring this piece down and you want to turn it around. And what that does is it will hide the inside arm pieces. It doesn't lock in, but that's a clever thing to put. So you get the hands out, you flip this in. Close this down. Do the same thing, right? Get this piece out, right? So you want to rotate it this way. Turn, right? Get the hand out. And you want to flip this over. Like that. We're almost done. We're almost done. And you want to flip this down. Right. I think I'm done. Okay, so here we have Blitzwing in his robot mode. His function is ground air commander. That's his job. That's what he does. Right. So his weapons can go in his hands. You can dual wield these guns if you want, or you can use his electron scimitar, and this has a peg on there as well. So you can have the sword in one hand. Let's say you got the gun in the other hand, and to store, you can put these on his back, and they plug into these holes right here. So you just gotta, you want to plug them in this way. That's the best way. Now, since we're here on the back, you have the option, just like the original version. So you can keep it this up, or some people would turn this around and have this point down. Right? It's up to you. It's your choice. Let's point this up. Actually, no, that's correct. That is correct. Okay, so you have it. You can have it stored just like this on the back, right? So let's go into articulation. Let's take the sword out. Now the sword is like a rubbery type of plastic. It's very flexible. The hilt is a solid plastic, I believe. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah, this whole thing's like a flexible plastic. Yeah, this piece is more flexible, and this one is a tiny bit sturdy. It's tiny, just a tiny bit. So, on the arm, it can go all the way out there. There's no rotation at the shoulder. They're locked into place. There is a bicep swivel. There is more than 90 degrees on the elbow. There's 360 degrees on the hands, which we'll come to in a second. Legs can come out to there. And the knee is slightly more than 90 degrees there on the leg. Let's move this arm up. You can move the leg out. Like so. That's as far as you're going to get. There is a swivel, but it only works when the leg is like positioned downwards. If you try to go like a different pose or something like that, you're probably going to get a slight limitation on there. Now on the other leg, that's as far as you're going to get, because this plastic piece is holding it back. And then on the back of the leg you have this. The feet, I'm always leaving out the feet, so you can go all the way down to there, all the way down to there. Now he is back heavy. I've been having slight trouble trying to get him to stand the way I want him to stand, which is evenly. Put the sword back in his hands. Matter of fact, we're leaving one piece of the transformation out. So you want to get in here, you want to get these wings. You want to flip these out. is waist articulation. Forgot to mention, you can turn all the way 360 degrees. And I think I covered everything. The head is on a ball joint. You can go all the way around. I like the face scope. The silver on his face and the red visor looks really good. Just one tiny nitpick. I wish the back of the head was purple. This way, when you go into tank mode or plane mode, you can't really see it in there. It's a tiny thing. This is one of my tiny little things. Now we're going to do a comparison, and we're going to do one more feature. There we go. So let's bring it in. Leader class slag. We have Voyager class Cyclonus, and then we have Deluxe class Dragstrip, check out how that looks, and one last trick with those leftover combiner wars parts. Right. So what they want you to do, you want to take the sword out, you want to take these guns off, you want to plug this back here. And what they want you to do is they want you to take the fist, turn it this way, turn it that way. And let me see. Okay, so it goes this way. Right? So this hand is supposed to plug into this little peg that's in here. You might want to straighten out the arm to actually do this. Take the hand, pop the hand in there. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring the arm out, like so. You want to plug this in. Like that. Take the other hand, plug that in. And you got these big hand things. This is optional. If you want to do it, you can. And you could put these special effects parts in there. Now, I'm always having problems with this arm. I'm not exactly sure if it's the peg that's inside of this piece that's not long enough to fit in this hand, or maybe the hand is moving. I'm not exactly sure. but you can do this. See, it won't do it. Hold on. Had to take it off screen for a minute to kind of actually lock it in place. But you can do this. You're gonna go crazy with this if you want. Right. Now this one is a little loose on mine, only when I have these extra hand parts on it, on the right hand side. So my right forearm is a little loose. The other arm is fine. I don't see other QC issues except for this is like this white stress mark inside of the right leg, I believe. Right leg. Not exactly sure how that got there. It was, straight out of the package and stuff like that. That I'm not going to be using this feature. This is something that, it's an optional thing. So let's get that off. Let's put a sword on him. Let's bring in Slag, Cyclonus, and Dragstrip. And there you have it. I want to thank everyone who has clicked on this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm on the road of 1,000 subscribers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you have any questions or want to leave any comments, leave them down below. And I'll see you in the next one. But before that, let me just show you some previews of what's to come. Let's get these guys out of here. I finally found a buzzworthy cliff jumper. Purchased a Perceptor from Hasbro Pulse. And my nearby store had a Tigatron. And this is just the first group of figures that's coming in, plus we have one upgrade that we need to do. So thank you again, and have a great day.